Hi guys, it's Hinda and welcome to a new baking video on Cooking Fantasies. In today's video I will be showing you how to make Lacy Crepes or the French Feuilletine. Feuilletine is usually mixed with chocolate, praline, caramel or ganache to create a crispy layer into the desserts. And it is mainly used in these fancy French entremets where it would be mixed with chocolate, for example, to add a crispy layer to the cake, which would also contrast nicely with the mousse in terms of flavor and texture. And it is sometimes used simply to decorate the cakes or desserts or even ice cream, as it tends to maintain its crispiness even when it's mixed with other elements. And to make feuilletine, you're gonna need exactly the same quantity from these 4 elements: icing sugar, egg white, flour and melted butter. So start by simply mixing the icing sugar and the flour together with a whisk. Then add the egg whites that should be in room temperature and keep whisking until they are totally incorporated. I used here in this recipe about 55 grams from each component, but what you can also do is take the egg whites, measure them, and then measure out the same quantity from the other elements. Finally, add the melted butter that should have already cooled to room temperature. It shouldn't be hot anymore, and whisk it in until it's totally incorporated and you obtain a kind of thin batter. Immediately after you finish mixing the batter, pour some on a parchment paper and use a spatula to spread it as even and thin as possible. It is important to get it as even as possible, otherwise you might end up with some spots that are already burned and other spots that are not yet thoroughly baked to give us crispiness we're after. Your oven must be preheated to 160 degrees Celsius, that's 320 degrees Fahrenheit, and it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to bake depending on how thin you made it. You just have to keep an eye and wait until it turns into a golden brown before you take it out of the oven. With the amount of ingredients I used, the 55 grams from each component, I got about 2 times this size of parchment paper, which could be just the right amount you need for a family size kind of dessert. So as you have seen, as soon as you take it out of the oven and while it's still hot, use just your hands to crush it into small pieces, as small as possible if you prefer to, and then you can save it in an airtight container or in a glass bottle that you have to well close, and you can save it for up to 3 weeks until you need it. I will be making a nice dessert with this same feuilletine we made together. Don't forget to check it out, and if you know how to make feuilletine, it's a big upgrade to all your French entremets and desserts. So go ahead, try this recipe and let me know how it turned out in the comment section. I thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and see you soon with a new video, and happy baking!